Dear students, so far we have seen relative clause, antecedent, defining relative clause and non-defining relative clause. We have understood the difference between defining relative clause and non-defining relative clause and the features of both clauses you have been taught so far. So in these two defining clauses, defining and non-defining clauses, commas are used in non-defining clauses and without comma defining relative clauses. This is the structural difference we have seen in these two relative clauses. Okay, when we write two clauses, what makes the difference in meaning? The role of comma in making the meaning, now we are going to see. Most students think that comma doesn't have a significance in English language. But remember, comma is one of the most important punctuation marks in English. You know the punctuation mark? Full stop. Whenever we come across full stop while reading, we stop completely for a while. Likewise, during reading, while we read a text, a para, a passage, when we find a comma, we have to stop a little while. See, comma is nothing but it is a half stop. Not a full stop, but a half stop. That we do while reading. But when we find sentences, particularly in relative clauses, when a relative clause is separated by commas or hyphens, it gives a separate meaning. It makes a different meaning when compared to defining relative clauses. That is why I have come forward to explain you the difference between the two sentences, between the two clauses, the clause with commas and the clause without commas. See how important the punctuation mark comma in sentences. I would like my students and viewers know through these examples. That's why I have given that title, comma makes the difference in meaning. Comma makes a lot of difference in meaning. Let us see the examples. My brother, comma, who is a police officer, comma, lives in Hyderabad. According to the structure, we can say it is a non-defining relative clause. Next sentence. My brother, who is a police officer, lives in Hyderabad. This is a defining relative clause. Two sentences seem to be similar. The students might think that, sir, these two sentences are similar. Almost there is no much difference. Yes, they seem to be similar, but there is a lot of difference when it comes to meaning. You need to know the difference in meaning here. Okay. First, let us see the first sentence. My brother, comma, who is a police officer, comma, lives in Hyderabad. Its meaning is my brother, comma, whenever there is a comma after this antecedent, when the relative clause is separated by commas, here this antecedent noun, my brother, indirectly the speaker lets the readers and the listeners know that I have only one brother. I have only one brother. My brother. I have only one brother. Who is a police officer? That one brother works like a police officer, lives in Hyderabad. That brother lives in Hyderabad. That is the meaning. When the relative clause is separated by comma, here my brother, it refers to the speaker has only one brother. Now coming to next sentence. My brother, who is a police officer, lives in Hyderabad. Here this clause is not separated by commas. It is called defining relative clause, but it has its own meaning. The meaning which is different from non-defining relative clause. The meaning of the sentence is, my brother, who is a police officer. Here the speaker is talking about the brother who is a police officer. Here the speaker, whoever speaks, makes the people know, makes the listeners and readers know and understand that the speaker has more than one brother, but the brother is, one brother is a police officer, he lives in Hyderabad. Another brother may be working as an engineer. Another brother may be working as an IAS officer. Another brother may be working as a lawyer. Another brother may be working as a doctor. So the speaker has more than one brother. The speaker has any number of brothers, but not exactly one. That is the meaning of this sentence. My brother, who is a police officer, lives in Hyderabad. Here the speaker is particularly talking about the brother who is a police officer. The speaker is not talking about the lawyer, the doctor, lawyer brother, doctor brother, IAS officer brother, or engineer brother. There are some other brothers about whom the speaker is not talking here, but he is talking about the police officer who lives in Hyderabad. And he is not talking about the brothers who are living at different places. One brother may be living in Delhi, another brother may be living in Mumbai, another brother may be living in Bangalore, another brother may be living in Chennai, any number of brothers. But he is talking about the brother who is a police officer and who lives in Hyderabad. That is the meaning in the second sentence. So you need to understand the difference between the first sentence and the second sentence. How important the punctuation mark, comma, I would like to let you know through another small example. Just look at this example. There was a jailer. Once there was a jailer, and this jailer was one day going out. Maybe he was going out in a hurry, maybe some urgent work. While going out, he gave the message to his subordinate at his workplace. And the message he gave to his subordinate was this: hang him not, leave him. There was a prisoner in the jail. About the prisoner, this jailer gave a message to his subordinate. The message was, hang him not, leave him. Here jailer means, don't get confusion. Jailer means a person who is in charge of a jail, and here him means prisoner, one who is the accused here. So this is the message he has given to his subordinate, and the subordinate has taken the message and typed it, and he was supposed to carry it out by the time the jailer comes after 2 or 3 days. So he took the message and it was over. The jailer went out. After 2 days or 3 days, he came. By the time he came to know that the prisoner was hanged, and he was hanging on the gallows. So when the jailer came and saw the prisoner was hanging on the gallows, he was stunned, and then immediately he asked, why did you hang this prisoner, and what was the message I gave you, what you did? He was talking and he was shouting at all these people, but they said, no sir, whatever you asked us to do, we did nothing wrong. So, see, this is the message you have given us, and they have shown the message. When he showed the message, and the message was like this: hang him, not leave him. So the person, the subordinate, instead of putting the comma after not, he put the comma after him. So as a result, it was a minute mistake. It was a small mistake. It was an unintentional mistake. Because of this small mistake, you know what happened? The life of a person has been taken away. A person was hanged, and a person was hanged on the gallows, and and he is no more today. See how important the punctuation mark comma in English language. You just why I have given this example in order to make you understand and know the importance of punctuation marks in English language. That's why do not use punctuation mark comma where it is unnecessary, where it is not necessary. Okay, coming to the second example. Okay, the students who passed intermediate applied for MSET. So in this example, the relative clause is separated by commas. So this is a non-defining relative clause according to its structure. In the second sentence, the students who passed intermediate applied for MSET. See, in the first sentence, the meaning of the first sentence means the students. The students means, for example, 100 students are there in the class. Imagine, not exactly 100, for example, 100 students are there. The student who passed intermediate, that means out of 100 students, all 100 students passed. See, the students, comma, that means total students 100 in the class. Okay, the students means all 100 students passed intermediate and applied for MSET means all 100 students applied for MSET. That is the meaning. And look at the second sentence. The students who passed intermediate applied for MSET. Here total number of students 100. Out of 100, the students who passed intermediate, of those 100, 40 students have passed. For example, not exactly 100, okay, but other than 100, some number that may be 40 or 50 who passed intermediate. This number passed. 40 students passed intermediate, applied for MSET. Only those students applied for MSET. That is the difference in meaning. So, comma makes the difference in meaning. So, this is the way how we can understand the difference between non-defining clause and defining clause when they are separated by commas. Now come to the examination point of view. For 10th class students, how a question is asked on relative clauses. So they give the question like this: combine the following sentences using the relative pronoun. This is the way they ask the question. Under this head name, they give two independent sentences, two separate sentences. For example, Nick was born in Melbourne, full stop. Nick now lives in Los Angeles. Okay, combine the two sentences using who. This is the way the question is asked. Two sentences are given and the students are asked to join the two sentences using the relative pronoun who. Remember, who is used when we talk about the subjects. Who is used when we talk about the subject, okay, and whom is used when we talk about object, okay, only for persons, and which is used to talk about things. It is used both for things and animals. So who, to combine the two sentences using who. Here Nick is the noun, the name of a person. The antecedent is self-identified one. So Nick, so this is the proper noun, comma, who was born in Melbourne, comma, now lives in Los Angeles. As there is no sufficient space on the board, I will display all the answers on the screen. Dear students, you observe them. Nick, comma, who was born in Melbourne, comma, now lives in Los Angeles. That is the answer for first one. Second one, people live in glass houses, full stop. People must not throw stones. Okay, combine the two sentences using the relative pronoun who. Okay, people, here the subject is people. The people is also a noun. People is also a noun, but it is not a self-identified one. This noun doesn't give self-explanation. Which people, which area people, there is no specific meanings, there is no exact meaning for the people. We cannot define these people. So there is some ambiguity for which people, who they are, we do not know. That's why we can write in Defining clause. People who live in glass houses must not throw stones. This is the answer for the second one. Look at the third one. My brother is a software engineer. He has gone to America. My brother. So this is a noun antecedent. This noun antecedent in the second video non-defining clauses. I have explained very clearly that whenever there is a possessive adjective, that is an indicator, that is a clue to write the sentences in non-defining relative clause. So because it is a self-identified one, when I read my brother, I am the speaker, I am talking about my own brother. So there is a clarity who that person is, who that person is, my brother. So put commas. My brother, who is a software engineer, comma, has gone to America. That is the answer. Next, fourth one. Nick read an article, full stop. The article was about a disabled man. Combine the two sentences using the relative pronoun which is used for things, for animals, for other objects. So here which. Nick read an article. Here article is a noun. Article is a noun. So this is the thing. Nick read an article which was about a disabled man. Next, fifth one. I met a man at the bus stop. He was our teacher. Combine the two sentences using the relative pronoun whom. I met a man at the bus stop. He was our teacher. So whom is used to refer to objects. Object. Here I is a subject, a man is a object. So we begin the sentence with a man. A man whom I met at the bus stop was our teacher. You know why we start the sentence with a man? Because we are asked to combine the two sentences using whom. So whom is used for objects. So here object is a man. Okay. Next, last example. Napoleon won the French honor. He died at Saint Helena. Combine the two sentences using the relative pronoun who. So who is used for subjects. Subject. So Napoleon, this is a proper noun, self-identified one. It gives clarity who that person is. Almost all the people are very much aware of this person, Napoleon. So Napoleon, comma, who won the French honor, comma, died at Saint Helena. Okay, this is the way how you are asked the questions in public examinations, and this is the way how you have to answer them. This is not at all a difficult one. It is very easy, but most of them think that this topic is very difficult, we cannot understand. No, it is not like that. It is very easy, but the thing is you pay attention to this topic and you watch the video from the beginning, pay attention to it, listen to it very carefully, take notes, and you after listening to them once or twice or thrice, that is your wish, until you get perfect understanding. Later you will take an exercise or do some exercise, then you will be able to answer any tough question given by any question paper setter in public examination or your school examination or any examination. Okay, with this I conclude this topic, and please subscribe our channel English Victor. Thank you.